Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is where we take your sources, articles, research, maybe even just notes, and really boil them down to the essential nuggets of knowledge.
Exactly. Think of it as your shortcut to getting genuinely informed.
We try to add some surprising facts, maybe a little humor, keep it engaging. Each deep dive is really custom made for you, our listener.
And importantly, we stick to the science. Peer-reviewed, evidence-based insights. We're here to break down complex studies, minus the jargon, so you get the real facts.
Yeah, no hype here. And actually, speaking of science and wellness, we should mention Orium's Fit.
Oh, right.
They're a brand really committed to bringing, well, understandable science into everyday health. They even picked up Best Product of the Year for 2024 and 2025 from productreview.com.io.
That's impressive, especially against, what, 68,000 nominees?
Exactly. It shows a real commitment to evidence-based design, which, fits right in with what we do here. Okay, so let's pivot to today's topic, chronic neck pain.
Yes, so common.
That nagging, persistent ache or stiffness, maybe from your desk job, maybe an old injury, or just, life.
It really affects quality of life for so many people.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But what if some of the, let's say, conventional wisdom about managing it? What if it's missing something important?
Intriguing.
Today, we're diving into some research suggesting a surprisingly accessible technology might offer real relief.
Okay, I'm listening. Finding effective relief is key.
So our mission today is to explore the positive side, the potential of electrotherapy for people with chronic neck pain.
Right.
We're going to unpack this really compelling scientific letter to the editor. It basically challenges a major clinical guideline.
A guideline that had previously said electrotherapy was, what, ineffective for neck pain?
Exactly. Pretty much dismissed it. So this letter is a big deal.
And who wrote this letter? That's important, too.
Good point. It wasn't just anyone. It was five distinguished physical therapy experts.
Okay. From where?
Respected institutions. We're talking the Federal University of São Carlos, State University Campinas, Federal University of São Paulo in Brazil, and also the University of Indianapolis in the U.S.
Wow, so international collaboration. And these are specialists in movement recovery science.
Yes, exactly. They bring research backgrounds, but also clinical teaching experience, real-world perspective.
And critically, you mentioned it was an academic contribution, not funded by, say, a device company.
That's right. Driven purely by a desire to correct what they saw as a misunderstanding in that guideline. No commercial funding involved.
That adds a lot of weight. So they didn't run new clinical trials themselves.
No, they didn't. What they did was they went back and critically reviewed the same evidence the original guideline was based on.
Oh, okay. So they looked at the existing studies again.
Specifically, several randomized controlled trials, RCTs, the gold standard in medical research.
Right, because RCTs are designed to minimize bias. So what did their fresh look at these gold standard trials uncover?
Well, this is where it gets interesting. They found that, yes, there are still some uncertainties, and more high-quality studies would always be good.
Sure, that's often the case in research.
But they concluded it was precarious, that's the word they use, precarious, to just flat out say electrotherapy has no effects.
Precarious. That's strong language in a scientific context.
Yeah.
It suggests they think the previous conclusion was pretty shaky.
It really does. They felt the evidence for some positive effects was actually being overlooked or maybe just undervalued.
Okay, so they did find evidence of effects. Which kinds of electrotherapy were they focusing on?
They highlighted helpful evidence for a few main types. 10NS, that's transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation.
Familiar with that one?
EMS, electrical muscle stimulation.
Right, for muscle contraction.
And also something called ultra rays, which is apparently a specific form of 10NS.
Interesting. And were these therapies looked at for general neck pain or specific conditions?
Both, really. They reviewed their impact on common things like just general chronic neck pain, but also whiplash injuries, and something called myofascial pain syndrome.
Ah, myofascial pain.
Yeah.
That's the pain from trigger points, right? Those tight, sore spots in muscles.
Exactly that. Something many of us get, from sitting too long or repetitive movements or even just getting older.
Definitely relatable.
Yeah.
So what specific findings did they pull out from re-examining those RCTs? What made them say the original guideline was precarious?
They pointed to some pretty specific results. For instance, 10NS showed benefit in reducing pain for both whiplash and chronic neck pain sufferers in multiple studies.
Okay, so consistency there for 10NS and pain reduction. What about EMS?
EMS was found particularly helpful for trigger point pain. Some studies showed it helped right after the treatment.
immediate relief, even if temporary, can be really valuable for those trigger points.
Absolutely. And then there was this one trial with Ultrarees. Get this. It indicated Ultrarees worked better than a combination of ice, exercise, and advice alone for acute whiplash pain.
Better than ice and exercise. Wow, okay.
Yeah. And another trial showed 10NS was definitely more effective than a placebo, like a sham treatment for chronic myofascial neck pain.
So 10NS beating placebo is a key finding, too. It suggests a real physiological effect, not just belief.
Exactly. And EMS, as you said, helping with trigger point pain right away.
So what's fascinating here, like you said, is even if some studies were maybe on the smaller side,
Right.
the researchers highlighted that, quote, real people experienced real relief. That's the crucial takeaway, isn't it? It's not just numbers on a page.
Absolutely. It translates to actual improvements in comfort for individuals. So let's connect the dots. What does this all mean for you listening right now, especially if you're one of the many people dealing with that chronic neck pain or stiffness?
Yeah, why could something like EMS or 10NS actually be helpful? What's the science say?
Well, the researchers and the broader science point to a few key mechanisms.
Okay.
First, it helps muscles relax. That tension contributes hugely to neck pain, so anything that eases it is good.
Makes sense. Less tension, less pain.
Second, it might block pain signals, sort of like running interference, so the pain messages don't get through to your brain as strongly.
The gate control theory, that kind of idea.
Something like that,
Yeah.
yeah. Third, it can encourage better blood flow to the area.
Which is always important for healing and reducing inflammation, carrying away waste products.
Exactly. And finally, it just provides this sort of supportive stimulation to areas that feel stiff or sore or tired.
So multiple potential benefits working together. Relaxation, pain blocking, blood flow, general support.
Right. And that's likely why many people do report feeling genuinely better after using these therapies, especially, when used properly.
Yeah, guidance is key, of course.
So this research really speaks directly to you if you're navigating life with that constant neck discomfort. It suggests a potential pathway, a tool maybe for more comfortable daily routines.
It opens up a conversation that perhaps was closed off too soon by that earlier guideline.
Precisely. And this is actually where innovations like those from Orium's Fit really come into the picture. They're muscle stimulators enhanced with EMS technology.
Ah, so they use the EMS we were just talking about.
Exactly. Products like their original Orium's Ultimate Kit are designed based on these principles. They focused on making them portable, easy to use on the go, while still delivering, an effective stimulation.
Portability is huge for something you might use regularly.
Totally. And it seems to resonate. They've got thousands of users around the world, apparently nearly 500 five-star Google reviews, which speaks volumes. It ties back to that real people, real relief idea.
It suggests people are finding value in that approach, aligning with what these researchers rediscovered in the trials.
So wrapping things up a bit here, we've unpacked how this group of physical therapy experts from Brazil and the U.S. really shone a new light on electrotherapy, especially EMS and TNS, for chronic neck pain.
Yeah, they didn't just accept the status quo. They went back, looked critically, and challenged a conclusion they felt wasn't fully supported by the evidence itself.
They found that actually these therapies can offer tangible relief for real people. It's a great reminder about, questioning established wisdom sometimes.
It really is. And if we zoom out for a second, think about the bigger picture.
Okay.
This deep dive kind of raises a broader question, doesn't it? What other therapies or approaches might have been perhaps dismissed or overlooked prematurely?
That's a really interesting thought. Like, what else are we missing because we accepted an initial conclusion too readily?
Exactly. It just highlights the value of constantly reviewing guidelines, encouraging ongoing research, and really letting the cumulative evidence speak rather than just relying on sort of inertia or past assumptions.
A call for continuous curiosity and critical thinking and wellness. I like that.
It's essential for progress.
Absolutely. And if you listening are curious and want to dive even deeper into this specific research,
You want to see the letter for yourself.
yeah, we definitely encourage you to visit the Orium's Fit research blog. They've got a link to the original paper we discussed today. Oh, cool. So you can read the source directly.
Yep. And they have lots of other simplified science posts, too. Their whole mission is making health and science accessible, so you can make informed decisions for yourself.
That's a valuable resource.
We'd also genuinely love to hear from you. Have you ever tried EMS or maybe 10NS for neck pain or soreness?
Yeah. What was your experience? Did it help? Did you notice anything particular?
Leave a comment wherever you're listening or reach out. Let us know. Your insight might really help someone else who's considering it.
Community knowledge is powerful.
It really is. And for more information, or if you want to explore products that align with these scientific ideas we've talked about,
Like the EMS devices.
right, you can visit oriems.fit. That's ORIEMS.FIT. You can learn more about their muscle stimulators with EMS tech, like that award-winning original Oriems Ultimate Kit we mentioned.
Designed for comfort and leveraging that science. Exactly. And while you're there, you might see their other innovations too, like the neck feeder. It's important to clarify this. It's an 8D audio device. Think immersive sound, hands-free calls.
So purely audio, not a massager.
Correct. Definitely not a neck massager. Just want to be super clear on that. It's about sound experiences.
Got it. Good clarification.
So if you found this deep dive valuable, please do follow the deep dive on Spotify or wherever you listen.
Share it with someone you think might benefit, maybe someone dealing with neck issues.
And leaving a review always helps others find the show. You're part of this, well, this exclusive science-loving community, and we really appreciate you being here.
We do.
Okay, one last very important thing, just a quick reminder. This deep dive, everything we've discussed, is for informational and recreational purposes only.
Absolutely. It does not constitute medical advice.
Please always consult with a qualified healthcare professional before starting any new treatment or therapy for your neck pain or any health condition.
And related to the products mentioned, Oriems Fit products are not medical devices, and their staff are doctors giving medical advice.
Crucial points. Always talk to your doc or physio first. Thanks for tuning in.